The newest independent music, mainstream music, as well as you'll hear a few comedy skits, because your girl got some skills. I'm an improv trained actress, so why do you think I'm so hyper? But anyhow, hit me up on my Instagram, because I always get my audience involved in voting on new music, voting on any type of subjects that we have on the show. Just tune in every Friday and you'll find out. So hit me up on Instagram at DJCHICCHICK. Every Friday night, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, only on K100 Radio.
And stop acting like a chump. DJ Chic Chick Live is what you want. MidwestMixtapes.com, the #1 website for Midwest rap. MidwestMixtapes.com. They promote and market albums, mixtapes, singles, and videos. MidwestMixtapes.com. They can get you on DJ conference calls, blogs, and email blasts. MidwestMixtapes.com. They work with several magazines, college radio campaigns, and street teams in multiple cities. It's going down.
Here's another exclusive interview on K100 Radio.
You know the drill. Let's get to it, fam.
You are tuned to K100 Radio.
Let's go, baby.
R&B.
You know the drill.
K100, you bastard.
Shots fired. Welcome, everybody, to the show. K100 Radio. I'm your host, Bliss, and thanks, everybody, for tuning in to the show. This is another round of our direct line interviews. Right now, we chopping it up, man, with some of our independent artists. We'll be giving them a really dope 30-minute interview. We listening to them. If they got a video, we'll play it. If they got some new music, we're going to break it, and then we're going to have a direct conversation with them. That's why we call it Direct Line. You dig? Shout out to everybody that's watching us over there on the Instagram live feed, and everybody who's checking in over here on the Facebook live feed, and everybody listening to us on any of the mobile apps or streaming platforms. Thank you, guys. All right? So, we getting ready to chop it up with the homie Bout Tyme. We got him on the air. Hey, yo, Bout Tyme, what's up, fam?
What's good, man? How you doing?
Man, welcome to the show, man. Thank you for taking the time to check in with us over here on the broadcast, man. What I like to do is, like, I start all of my direct line interviews off with an artist. I stop the music real quick, you know what I'm saying? I pause it, and then I basically let you run down, you know, who you are, where you from real quick. So just give us a little bit about Tyme before we jump into everything, man. Tell us where you from.
Oh, man, I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Grew up on the east side, over there behind Evers Elementary, right there on Clearbrook Street. Moved to Olive Branch, which is right across the state line in Mississippi. I graduated from Center Hill High School. Then from there, went to Ole Miss, where I studied music with a minor in business. And when I left there, came back home. And then shortly after, COVID hit, so you know, just been trying to keep up with, you know, music and all that type of stuff. But I've been doing music my whole life. I've been singing ever since I was little. That's kind of how I got into Ole Miss. I was on a vocal scholarship. And how I started rapping, I was literally around my homeboys and just started flowing, just started spitting some stuff that I wrote. And they was just like, oh, man, you a good singer, but I can't lie. Like, you might want to think about that rap game. So ever since then, I've just kind of been on that same path, man. So.
All right. So they was like, you can sing, but the flow's there. But it's a couple things that you mentioned, man. First of all, you said you actually, let me get my background music back because we got that introduction out the way. So you went to Ole Miss on a music scholarship, and is that right? I said it right. You went to Ole Miss on a music scholarship, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, so here's the thing. I meet a lot of people, and then you said you minored in business. Am I correct? I just want to make sure I got that right.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Important points to start off this conversation. First of all, K100 Radio.
You are tuned to K100 Radio, hip hop and R&B.
Just for a minute. Don't mind me. I ain't gonna take too long with this your interview. But I gotta make sure I commend, you know, people who take it to that level of seriousness with music. Because oftentimes, I'm gonna tell you, fam, straight up, a lot of and I respect it because I went to college myself for media production to be able to do this, right? And as an artist, right. I went to college to learn how to audio engineer so I could mix my music. I wanted to shoot and direct my own music videos. As an artist, I went to college with the mindset of I want to be able to help myself in my career as an artist and producer. So that's what I'm going to get the student loans for, right? Because exactly. I believed in what I wanted to do. Now, with you, same thing. And there are a lot of people who go to college because mom and dad said, listen, you got to get a real college education. You need to get a real job after that.
Right,
and so they don't use
right.
They
and that's kind of a part of, that's kind of why because when I, like you said, when I my whole focus, I always knew what I wanted to do with my life, and it really has never wavered. So my whole focus in going to college, because I'm also a realist, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I know the odds of, people, making it, and the odds of people just blowing up out of nowhere are even lower than that. So I went to college with the sole purpose of, if all else fails, I got this to fall back on, and it's still in the area of which I have my passion for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes. No, totally. I totally get it. And I just gotta shout out any artists that come on the air, and they say that because it's like, you believe enough in yourself to take them government student loans that you can't never run from out on yourself and double down on your
man.
Because you ain't gonna get out of them.
With you, bro. I'm telling you.
You're not getting out of them. Listen, bro. Listen, fam. You can run from a lot of things, but the IRS and student loans ain't nothing.
Man.
Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing.
It's over with. They got you.
Ain't no bankruptcy.
They know where yet.
Listen, ain't no bankruptcy. Ain't no just move and stop answering the phone. At some point,
none of that.
You start collecting checks, they gonna collect their check. You know that. You dig? So salute to you.
Straight up.
That's how that works. Just trust me on that one from personal experience. All right, K100 Radio, we chopping it up with the homie Bout Tyme, and we chopping it up. We're going to get to the music in a minute, but I always like to talk about, things that's going on with the artists and make sure that we just kind of get a real feel for the personality of the artist when we do these direct line interviews. That's kind of sort of the whole point for people listening in, and when they share with their fan base, maybe learn something they didn't know about him. You know what I mean? So we've already learned that, he's a music major with a minor in business. Now this is another part, the second part, the B part of that question is, because you minored in business, how do you think that helped you in your grind as an independent artist? Because there's a lot of talented underground artists who have no idea about, forget regular business, but definitely not about the music business. So then they end up signing a contract and they blow up, and then they want to come back and sue the label after they already rich because they talking about they ain't got no money. All right, so how much has the minor in business, how much just being educated on that side of just playing business has helped you in your grind as an independent artist?
Man, it gives you insight on what's real. And like you said, I was the person that I want to own my own this. I want to, make my own music, own my own masters, publishing, all that type of stuff. And so in order to do that, I got to be knowledgeable in myself and take that, because let's just be real, ain't nobody just going to give you the game like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want it bad enough, man, you got to go out there and get it on your own. So I took that, step within myself to just try to brush up on, okay, what to look for, what's the little terminology, because somebody can I also learned that somebody in them suits, man, they can get right in front of you and they'll speak a certain language that'll sound so good and look so good, but you don't read that fine print. Because, it's a stack of papers that they're giving you, man. You looking for the signature line. But you can't be like that. You can't, you got to, you know what I'm saying? You got to know your worth. You got to know what you bring to the table. And so, like I said, for me, I just knew that, and I watch a lot of interviews. Like, I'm a student of the game. And a student of the game is not just the music, but what goes on behind the curtains as well. So I'm trying to be hands-on with all of that. I ain't trying to let nothing that, I know there's going to be certain things I got to learn for myself, but I don't want to be that person that if it's information that I can learn for myself, I want to go ahead and get that. So when I come to the table, I'm coming correct. You got to talk them numbers right. That paperwork going to have to look good.
Exactly, and that's how it should be. There's a lot of things that are changing right now in the music industry. I also, before we jump into the music, I heard where you said that you were kind of affected by, COVID, like not necessarily COVID yourself. And I had my own personal battle with COVID. Like I literally got sick and had to go to the hospital, and I almost checked out. I felt like, but they brought me back, and now I'm here.
I'm glad you're doing well, man.
I was off the air for like a month and a half behind all of it. You know what I'm saying?
So that ain't no joke, now. It's out here.
I'm glad you said that, because a lot of people take it for a joke, especially in the industry. But that's another discussion for another show. Catch that one on Monday. But but I want to make sure I don't want to eat up your time with that. But you personally, how have you adjusted to just life on the grind during the pandemic? You feel what I'm saying? Like, how have you personally had to adjust your grind as an independent artist? And I got to be frank with you. I've seen some independent artists flourish during this breakdown because people couldn't go nowhere.
Oh, yes,
and
sir.
They were on the internet and they couldn't leave the house. So how has it helped or hurt you?
Man, I'm telling you, if you're an independent artist, this is really the time for you to flourish because we're on the same playing grounds as the people with all the money, the big labels and everything. Like, they're not supposed to, but can't nobody leave the house. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, for me personally, I've never, like, I go out. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to go out, I go out. But when, me personally, I've always kept that focus and that grind. So when COVID hit and they was like, stay at home, okay, light bulb went off because, my producer, he's actually in Atlanta, shout out Fadeaway Beat. So when COVID hit, right, he moved. That's when he came to Atlanta. So we're apart because we used to be roommates, and that's how we started all the music stuff.
Right.
So he apart and all that type stuff. So basically, just keeping that focus, keeping that hit. I'm talking about, and then it's just two people. So I'll go to his crib, he'll probably go to my crib, and so but that's still gas money. So then the light hit off. Man, you know what? Next time I go to him, Fadeaway. How do you, when we record, what button do we press? Or how do you make this beat? Or how do you get this beat? You know what I'm saying? I become knowledgeable so that way when I go to the crib, I hit up, whatever, music places I got to go to, get my own mic, get my own this, get my own that. So that way I'm still cooking up, even when we're apart. And then that way I just send it to him. He put his little spin on it, and bam, we get it out. So that's why I say if you're an independent artist, man, please invest in yourself. That's the biggest thing I can say. Invest in yourself because you can't go to the malls and blow it on a bag. You can't go to, you can't spend it on a resort because everything's shut down or supposed to be shut down. So that money that, that 2-3K that you was going to spend with your friends on that trip, man, put that down on a interface. Put that down on a new MacBook. Put that down on a mic. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, put that money towards other places. That's why I say it's a silver lining and everything. If you want it bad enough, man, when there's a will, there's a way.
Absolutely. So, I love that answer, and that's good advice to any independent artist that's sitting out here. And listen, I don't have time to get into it, but there's two things that people who are watching this program right now need to go check out. All right. Now, the first one is real simple. You know what I'm saying? And it's just there is a report over on Billboard. It's two. This and the second story is actually on Billboard where they're talking about how the actual pandemic has affected the music industry and how much money's been lost. But that article's on Billboard right now. But there's a second one that talks about Live Nation and the way that they're changing the way they do contracts. If you're connected with me on social media like Facebook, I shared it several times. Yo, people gotta go and read that. That what Live Nation is doing. The biggest. Listen, if you haven't read that article, just Google it. New Live Nation contract. Just drop that in there. There's a lot of articles on it. You need to pay attention if you're an independent artist or if you're a major artist. They really fit to get toe up. But if you're an independent artist, you're trying to get in the game, this is a little bit of effort. Listen, you guys need to listen and go check out what the hell Live Nation got going on, fam. Trust me. It's crazy. All right, so let's get into this music, though, for real. I'm saying it to you. If you ain't checked that article out, and you, if you in the music industry, I'm going to need for you to go watch what Live Nation is doing with the touring. It's crazy, and it's going to affect all us. You dig? All right, let's get into this music, though, fam.
You are tuned to K100 Radio, Hip Hop and R&B.
Yep.
K100, you bastards.
All right. So right now we chopping it up with the homie Bout Tyme. All right. We're live right now on K100 Radio. This is a direct line interview. So, of course, we've talked about his education, his grind during the middle of COVID, all kind of stuff. But the main thing that we want to make sure we do over here on these particular shows is, of course, highlight the music. All right. So we've got two songs by the homie Bout Tyme. We've got one called Mumble, and we got one called Trust. You dig? So listen, I want you to tell me, can we play Mumble first? Bout Tyme, is that the one we want to rock with first?
Oh, Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do your thing.
All right, so listen, now I want you to, I'm gonna stop the music. All right, hold on. Stop the background music. I want you to segue us into this mumble joint. You feel me? Tell me what we about to get into, and then we gonna go straight into it after you drop it. Give me this, just give me the best intro you possibly can have for your song, and then we gonna drop it. Let me hear it.
What's popping, man? It's your boy Bout, Tyme, man. You up finna listen to one of the hottest singles out. You heard me? It ain't nothing like it. This is my latest single, Mumble. Let's get into it, man. I hope y'all love it, man. Let's get it.
All right, we live right now. This is K100 Radio. This is Bout Time. Let's go, fam. Check it out. The name of the song is called Mumble. You dig?
K100, you bastards.
Go get. I got a go get. I got a hold. Go get. We got a show. You already know it. Yeah. I got a hold. Yeah. Soon as I come on the planet, I got a bitch that she get it. I got a cup full of Henny. My bitch gon' shine like new pennies. We in this bitch, so let's get it. Country, but I'm from the city. I got the drip and it's drippy. No way we from Mississippi. My bitch, she ballin' some pennies. I gotta get in it. Yeah. My bitch, she ballin' some Henny. I gotta get in it. Yeah. My bitch, she ballin' some pennies. I gotta get in it. Yeah. I'm on the lane right now. Yeah. Let me wake up, okay? I got them bucks, okay? I got a mixed bitch with a big butt and she nuts, okay? She on my nuts, okay? I got them sluts, okay? No cameras, just us, okay? I need your trust, okay? We in this bitch and we gotta go. They wonder what we be on. Soon as they cut the beat on. They wonder what we be on. Soon as they cut the beat on. They wonder what we be on. Soon as they cut the beat on. They wonder what we be on. They wonder what we be on. Soon as they cut the beat on. They wonder what we be on. Soon as they cut the beat on. They wonder what we be on. Soon as they cut the beat on. They wonder what we be on. Little more green, I gotta get it. Little more lean, I'm about lit. Pull up on the scene with a Model T. Big boy jeans with the slight rips. I'm on the neck with the vice grips. Just scared to give it up cause I might dip. If you gonna do it like this. Cooler with the squad, we did it together. All my niggas had it hard, we live a little better. When they come around fall, we finna the sweater. Many woods getting sparked, plenty the better. Got an accent, shit from UK. Kicking big shit like I'm Luke Kane. Running this shit like I'm Usain. Know you from the city when it's 2 lanes. Know the talent, know I'm fossil, but they know I can't. Easy lie identical, you know the team. Might as well call me Cliff and her, nigga. Cause I hit your bitch with the shoulder lean. We in this bitch with the whole team. You up in this bitch with no team. No, you got diamonds and they don't bling. No, you got diamonds and they don't bling. Yeah. They wonder what we be on. Soon as they cut the beat on. They wonder what we be on.
It's going down.
Here's another exclusive interview on K100 Radio. You are tuned to K100 Radio, hip hop and R&B.
K100, you bastards.
K100 Radio, I'm your host, Blizzard. Thanks everybody for tuning into the show. This is K100 Radio, and we're live right now. We rocking out with the homie Bout Time. We just checked out his joint called Mumble right there. I got the artwork over there on the screen for you guys. You guys check that out, all right? And we chopping it up with him, man. He representing. And we just going through his music, and we're talking about a lot of different things. That's what we do over here on the Direct Line interview. Remember, if you miss any part of this interview, you can catch it live over on K100 Radio Spotify page, our YouTube page. If you can find us on Apple, either way. But, the Spotify podcast is always set up nice and real easy. And also the YouTube. You can see the visual if you missed any of it over there on the Facebook Live feed. You can see the visual of the video over there. We upload this video to our YouTube channel. All right, Bout Time. What's going on, homie? You back?
Yes, sir.
All right, welcome back to the show, man. So that was a joint called Mumble, and we also got another joint called Trust that we getting ready to jump into. But before we do that, I just want to chop it up with you just a little bit more and kind of like, dive into your grind as an independent artist. Like, I know you talked a little bit about how you going with COVID, but tell us about any projects that you got out. I got some cover art. Do you have a whole album out? Like, how far are you with the grind? How many songs have you released?
I released like 5-6 songs right now, but I'm working on my first what's kind of like an EP, about 6-7 more songs. But basically what I'm doing is just giving out a single, you know what I'm saying, every now and then to keep, my core people fed. You know what I'm saying? Keep them out there. But also, I've been kind of putting out little contrasting songs, like different little vibes, just to see what people hold on to. Because by me, you know, being a new artist, it's like people are meeting me for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not that artist that just I have one particular flow, one particular sound. I have multiple, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show my diversity in that.
Right.
So that's basically what I've been doing, just trying to see what people gravitate towards mostly. But I do have a project that's coming very, very, very soon. I don't have the official date yet because I'm still working, you know, some kinks out, but it's coming very, very soon, like within the next month or so.
All right, so we definitely want to make sure, you know, check back with us, and we're going to check out this song called Trust. You know, the strategy that you have of dropping singles as opposed to, you know, maybe dropping the whole album, there's different methods. Like I've looked at some people, and I've talked to people personally who had successful campaigns with multiple singles, and then I looked at some people who had really good success with dropping a whole project at one time. Like lately you've seen major artists just drop the album, boom, period. And you know what I'm saying? Then do the way they single out the singles is by dropping the visual for the single. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what separates the single from. But they go ahead and give you all the they go ahead and give you all the music here. But the single is this, and that's the one they push, you know, on their social media pages, and they drop the visual for it. So you know this is the single, but the whole album is out now. Go rock with it, and they're shortening the albums, and it's all the kind of different strategies. But I also like the strategy of dropping multiple singles until you can get everything kind of locked in. You know, at this particular point in the game, I'll say to you as an independent artist, anybody listening, you know, just keep them engaged. You know what I mean? That's the main thing you want to do. However you do it, you know what I mean? Yeah. So anything you want to add? So listen. Anything you want to add to that before we jump into this next song?
No, man. Like I said, man, all my independent artists, dog, just investing yourself. That's what I'm getting out of all this, bro. Investing yourself, because ain't nobody who else gonna believe it if you don't believe it. You got to put that foot forward and bet on yourself and know that you know, be real. You know what I'm saying? Get that 9 to 5. Ain't nothing wrong with no 9 to 5, bro. Get you some money, so legitimate money. You know, however way you get it, bro, get it and go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and invest in yourself. We talking about student loan money, invest in yourself. We talking about real investments. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Real investments. We ain't talking about, you know, every now and again you spend $20 an hour to go to your homeboy partner house over there at his basement and cut a song, and you know, no. We talking about that level of commitment, that student loan level of commitment, that about time.
Yes, exactly. Because that knowledge, can't nobody take that knowledge with you. They can take whatever, you know, the money and all that type of stuff, but that knowledge stick with you forever. And who knows what that knowledge may be. Okay, you got $60K worth of student loans, but that knowledge that you obtain could be worth $60 million one day. So
exactly.
You never know until you do it.
Especially if you grind in the right places and make the right moves. All right, we're going to run this last joint. This one is called Trust. All right, and we're going to run this one, and then I've got another interview coming up right around the corner at 8. Jenna Lynn is supposed to be dropping me. I think that's her on the phone line, so we'll get to her in a second. I'm pretty sure that's her. And we're going to jump over there to her phone lines and make sure that we bring her up and get her up for the next interview. So we got one more. All right, we ran back-to-back direct line interviews on K100 Radio Day with some independent artists, and we got one more. So you guys hang tight, pause, don't go nowhere. Just chill. We got 30 more minutes, and we got another female artist that's coming up with some good music, and we're going to check her out. But right now, it's still time for Bout Time. The name of this joint is called Trust, and we're going to run this one, and then we're going to come back out and get up out of here, and then we're going to go to the next interview. This is K100 Radio. I'm your host, Blizzum, and this is Bout Time. The name of this joint is called Trust. You guys let me know what you think about it on the live streams.
You are tuned to K100 Radio, hip hop and R&B.
K100, you bastards!
Money we trust, all them bitches they fucking it up. All them niggas they giving me mugs, all your bitches they giving me hugs. Steady talking, we don't give a fuck. All them niggas they knowin' what's up. Need a bitch and they coming with us. All my niggas they ready to bust. Money we trust, all them bitches they fucking it up. All them niggas they giving me mugs, all your bitches they giving me hugs. Steady talking, we don't give a fuck. All them niggas they knowin' what's up. Need a bitch and they coming with us. All my niggas they ready to bust. I I got a whole lot of water, nigga. You do anything for follow, nigga. I'm Tom Brady in the pocket, nigga. It's gonna be hard trying to stop a nigga. I'm getting hotter than lava, nigga. Thirsty bitches, I ain't bother with him. He ain't ballin', then you gotta bitch him. Instead of summer, I'm rockin' them. Rockin' no black like a line of venom. I got bitches straight from Florida. And another hoe from Georgia. Just met the hoe straight from Noya. We come up paranoia. She just took a pill, now she going up. Since I was ready, she throwing up. Double my cup, bitch, I'm pouring up. Ha. And the bitch is a eater. Michael Jackson, bitch, a beater. I'm ballin' like Venus Serena. I'm stunning on evil Knievel. I'm fuck with my demons, they evil. I'm doing this shit for my people. Them niggas, they tryna get equal. But I don't really even see it. Let my land was seen her. I'm waving my hair, call my fade, nigga. Now we both blinded by my fingers. I just did my side, hold a Dairy Queen. Got a 3-piece chicken finger. I know some niggas out of LA that'll rob a nigga like Palinka. No ocean and she can get deep. That we trust. All them bitches, they fucking it up. All them niggas, they giving me bugs. All your bitches, they giving me hugs. Steady talking, we don't give a fuck. All them niggas, they know what's up. Needy bitches, they coming with us. All my niggas, they ready to bust. Nigga, no problem. Know that we trust. All them bitches, they fucking it up. All them niggas, they giving me mugs. All your bitches, they giving me hugs. Steady talking, we don't give a fuck. All them niggas, they know what's up. Needy bitches, they coming with us. All my niggas, they ready to bust. Nigga, no problem.
It's going down.
Here's another exclusive interview on K100 Radio. You are tuned to
And we get ready to roll up out of here, man.
Hip-hop and R&B.
Listen, before we go, we got to give Bout Tyme a chance. Hey, yo, Bout Tyme, real quick, man. Give out your social media, website, all that kind of stuff. And let everybody know where they can find that music, fam.
Oh, yes, sir. Hey, man, go check me out at Bout Tyme on Instagram, Snapchat, all that, at Bout Tyme, BOUTTYME_. Go check out my producer here in Atlanta right now. That's Fade Away at SADAWAY_. Go check out all my stuff. I'm on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, YouTube, all major platforms. All plats, no braids.
Absolutely, fam. Thank you for rocking out with us, man. We got to go to the phone lines right now and check for the other one, but make sure you check with Bout Tyme, you dig?
K100, you bastards.
All right, listen. We got to make sure we got to listen. As far as what we want you to do when you're checking out some of these independent artist interviews, all we ask of you is that if you hear anything that you think is dope, anything that you see visually on the videos that we play, anything that you like, listen, I'm not asking you to go buy music or do anything. All I want you to do is go support this independent artist if you see something dope. We let them give out their social media information and all their contact information. If you are in the industry, you want to book them, you want to work with them, however it goes. If you're a consumer and you just like the video, subscribe to the page, share it, follow them on social media. It doesn't cost you anything, fam. Like, there's a lot of ways to support independent artists that go a long way. Because if you follow your favorite celebrity, I guarantee they ass ain't gonna follow your ass the fuck back. Period. I guarantee you that. All right, this is K100 Radio. Welcome, everybody.